Year's Eve, Tuscateer Hogcast. I almost said podcast. Tuscateer Hogcast
Better get it right,
on
boy.
New Year's Eve. Hope everyone out there had a great Christmas. And I hope you're going to have a happy New Year. Well, surprising turn of events for the Hogs in the bowl game.
Was it
really
for
surprising?
you?
No, I picked this winning that game.
You picked this winning, but you in your
I'm
heart,
not impressed.
You knew it was
I'm
going to
just
be
not
a
impressed.
loss.
I mean, it's a bowl game that a lot of backups played in, and everybody knows it. They had a new defense coordinator. They had a new quarterback. I mean, how can you be impressed by that?
It's just the nature of college football now.
Yeah,
You're going to have – Texas Tech was in the same boat.
That's what I'm saying.
So that's just the nature of bowl games now. You know, the
Right.
Liberty Bowl is 66 years old. We played in a 66-year-old bowl. Just the history of it and being able to be a part of something like that.
But
Give the guys another chance to play another game, see what we got on the bench as far as our depth for maybe going into spring next year. There's some beneficial factors to it for sure. And plus it's $6
the
million.
biggest one being $6 million to go down there and play. That's a big pay.
I mean,
take that $6 million.
that's really the reason we do it. I mean,
That's why any team does it now.
That's the only reason.
If they said we're not going to pay you a dime, I bet there'd be a lot more university goes, no, we're not going to risk getting our guys hurt. You're not, we're not
For
getting
sure. It's all about the money.
monetarily, benefit to this.
College is
So-
the pros now, and it's slowly turning to that.
Semi-pro.
It really is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, we pulled it out 39-26. I don't remember what we said for scores.
I said 31-27.
38-28, I'm pretty sure is what I said.
I know I said it was going to
You
be
were
low.
close, though.
I knew it was going to be, or I said it was going to be low scoring. I think I probably said like 28.
You said take
24.
the under.
Yeah, I said
It's-
take the under.
it was
Well, it was
not the
supposed to be
under.
raining and all this and that, and I just thought it was going to be sloppy. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
It was
defensively,
perfect weather, really.
defensively, it was sloppy. I mean,
A lot of missed tackles. Yeah.
a lot of missed tackle, a lot of offensive yards on both sides of the ball.
You're going to have that.
Yeah.
I mean, for one, you go, 3 weeks without playing a football game. You're playing a lot of new players. You're playing a team that you don't really know that well because you're playing in a different league. Teams like Auburn and Alabama, we know what they do. We know, how they operate. When you're playing another team that you play, what's the last time we played Texas Tech? 3 or 4 years ago?
2015, when Mahomes was their
I thought we
quarterback.
played Texas Tech in like
Yeah,
20.
last time we played was
20
Bielema's year, 2015. Patrick Mahomes was the quarterback. That's the last
Okay.
time we played him.
Okay. I thought there was one
Who
more
won that
recent than
game?
that. We did.
Texas Tech won.
I don't know. That's why
I'm pretty sure there's one more recent than that if we looked it up.
But, I mean, I think you see in this game especially, a lot of backups played for both teams. You see the depth of the SEC is obvious. I mean, we just had bigger players.
Yeah,
than
that's what
them.
me and Grady was talking about. A 6-6 SEC team is like an 8-4 Big 12 team to me.
Exactly.
More times
That's
than
it.
not.
You said it.
More times than not. I'd say 8 out of 10 times it's going to be a pretty evenly matched game. When you
Yeah.
have
We
those
would for
records
sure
at the
go
end of the
8-4, maybe 9-3
year.
in the
Yeah.
yeah,
I think we'd have Texas Tech's record if we were in the Big 12 this year. you know?
maybe 9-3.
And we were almost 8-4 in the SEC. We let a couple games go. So
But that's the problem. We're in the SEC, so we got to meet those expectations. I mean, we got to bring in those players to compete.
I think it was a pretty evenly matched matchup, other than maybe the line. I think we pretty much dominated on both sides of the ball as far as
Exactly.
the line.
Yeah.
I think you wear a team like that down third, fourth quarter.
On that note, let's go to the y'all seen the stomp, right?
35-24.
Is that what we're calling it?
2015, we lost to Texas Tech 35-24.
I mean, that's pretty much what he-
That was the last time we played.
That's pretty much what he did, right? He stomped on his ankle after the play, after the whistle.
He didn't.
He seeked out his ankle and stepped on it on
stepped on
purpose.
it.
You know who I'm thinking of? Cincinnati was another black and red team that we played.
We
like
played them
3 or
2
4 years.
or
Yeah.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Bearcats.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who I'm
Beat 'em.
thinking of.
Beat them.
Yep. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's I mean, it was definitely
stand
on
corrected.
purpose. It was definitely on purpose. He
Sure.
came out and apologized for it. And
Sure.
I noticed in his apology, he apologized to the coaching staff of both teams, and he apologized to the university, and then he specifically said to the University of Texas Tech, but he didn't apologize to the player or any of that. So that makes me think he still has animosity, you know, towards
Yeah.
whoever that is.
That
he's
kind of
had to
stuff goes on at the bottom of a dog pile every
And I know there was
all the time.
They just don't get
all
caught.
the time.
yeah.
I
for
do
sure.
got to shout out real quick. We are now on Twitch. I didn't even know what Twitch was.
It's a streaming.
Is that
thing.
like
I don't know.
twerking?
No,
Instead of twerking,
I
you're
didn't know
twitching?
what Twitch was, but a buddy of mine at work told me we needed to get set up on Twitch. So I got us on Twitch. And right now, I don't know who it is, but
As long as
We've
we
got
got on
one-
tweak,
we've
we're
got,
doing good.
we've got one person on Twitch. Appreciate you, whoever that is. It might even be Seth. If that is you, Seth, appreciate it, dog. Hope you have a happy new year.
Anyway,
See you Thursday.
yeah, I don't even know what Twitch is, but
You just said it. You knew what it was.
I know it's a streaming something, but it's made for like
he just
it's
said
made for like gaming, like Xbox
sure,
and like
maybe,
PlayStation.
but he
games
said
and-
it'd be a good place to get on. So I got us on there, and
More the merrier.
we've got one person on there watching us. So
Can't hurt.
Shout out. And it's supposed to, if they chat, it's supposed to send it to this.
We're trying to get rich doing this.
We don't know what we're
We're
doing.
some high rollers.
Yeah.
Can't you tell?
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, back to the stomp. I don't know what y'all are calling it.
So we have the
what's
Hunter-
his name? What's his name?
We have the Miracle on Markham. We have the Henry Heave.
Hunter Heath.
The Hunter
now the
Heave.
Liberty Stomp.
Now-
The Liberty Stomp.
That's what I'm calling it.
all right, Buck.
The
Hey, we put
Liberty
our foot
Stomp.
down in that game. I mean, literally. Literally.
Well, I mean, it's not. I've seen a video, people that's circulating like that same guy. I don't know what his name is, but you know, he made a tackle that some people are saying was dirty on Taylor Green on his below his knees.
And then they hit Tesla
You
in
know,
the head. They
hit Tesla-
headhunted
yeah,
him on that.
they had some dirty
There's
shots.
dirty plays in football, and the amount of NFL players I've seen come out and speak out against was it Carmona?
Yeah, come on.
Fernando Carmona.
Yeah, that to me they know better. They know, and one of them was a
yeah.
former Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah.
Retweeted it, and I tweeted back to him, was like, you of all people know what happens at the bottom of a pile when you fumble a
Well,
football.
Here's my point.
He was a run,
Here's my point. On social media, everybody's like, kick him off the team immediately.
stupid.
Let's give some grace, because I guarantee you, most of the people that's saying kick him off the team has made a mistake before.
No, that's
And
too
if they
far.
got caught by their boss, if they had that type of attitude, they'd be fired.
Now,
too.
if this was
I doubt it.
a repeat
They'd want forgiveness
incident,
too.
you know, he
You
keeps
damn right,
going
Wes.
doing
I
it.
grew up in a cave.
If he keeps doing it, then I could hear them comments.
If
and
this was like
a repeat offense,
if this was like the guy who played for was it Nebraska and then for the Lions, Ndamukong Suh.
Oh, yeah,
Too.
dirty player.
He was a dirty.
If it
dirty
was like
player.
that, a reoccurrence,
he
then-
played for LSU.
It happened like every other game with
He
him.
didn't play for Nebraska. He played for LSU.
No, he played for Nebraska.
I think he played for Nebraska. Look it up.
Ndamukong Suh?
Check.
I'm
Fact check it.
1,000% on that.
Fact check.
I don't know how to spell his name, so
Just-
I'm gonna have to speak it. Ndamukong Suh.
Oh,
It's
God.
at the Dolphins. What?
Good
Just put
lord. It's
Sue,
like
S-U-H.
yeah, this dude.
Yeah, I know.
Nebraska.
Defensive
I'm
tackle.
pretty sure he played for Nebraska, the
Oh.
Cornhuskers. But no, if it was a frequent thing and this was like his fourth or fifth, you know,
Y'all were up. I
Neb-
thought he played for.
Nebraska- yeah, I thought he
no,
played for
y'all were up.
if this was like a recurring thing, then sure, kick, fine him, don't give him his, I don't know, have repercussions. But one time, and you don't know what that guy said probably about his mama,
Yeah.
Yeah,
come on, one time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Show some grace. He's never shown that before.
Everybody wants someone to blame.
He made one mistake.
No. Apparently he has shown it before,
let's
but
move on. And
some people have said he's been
Hope that
doing
he
it,
don't do it
when
again.
when he's got playing time. He's been doing it all year, but I've not seen it. But
Did y'all
what they've
see
said.
your
Well,
check son
proof is in the
transfer?
pudding,
It's
and the eye in the
transferred?
sky don't lie. So show me some proof.
Hunter Yurchek's son entered the
That's
portal.
kind of weird.
That is a little
Wait,
weird.
what?
His son
Is on the team, but he's now in the
Right.
portal.
is in the portal.
Really?
So it makes me wonder, why is he just?
I mean, guys, this
Trying
is
to
just
get
like
a-
the.
Yeah, I don't.
I heard
think
this on the
so. I
radio
don't think
today.
So.
He probably goes to a smaller.
It's just like the
university.
NFL business.
He
I
can
mean,
play at UCA.
That's what I'm saying.
He
Go
can
to
play
you
somewhere
don't
something
think
like that.
players in the NFL talk to other teams? I mean, after the year's over,
Oh yeah,
every
absolutely.
year.
Yeah.
especially now.
It's- yeah,
Maybe not them directly, but their agents. For
that's
sure
what I'm
are.
saying. And that's exactly what this
Oh,
is.
there's tampering all the way around. 100%.
But how about Taylor Green in this game? He was impressive, even though it was against backups and a new
He
D
was
coordinator.
341 yards,
81
touchdowns.
yards rushing.
2 touchdowns, and 81 yards rushing.
And the rushing touchdown.
And then his longest was 94, which was what's his name?
It was his first catch.
Yeah.
His first
Desmond
catch.
James.
Desmond James,
Desmond.
D-A-Z, Desmond
Dasman.
James.
No, it's Dasman. It's Dasman. It's
Yeah.
like Jasmine. It's Dasman.
Catches it for 94 yards. What
He was a little razzle dazzle on.
what
he
a
was
play-
fast,
what a
wasn't he?
playmaker.
His
yeah.
dad was a track star at the Hogs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you had on rushing, you had Hill at 81 yards with his longest being the 70 yards.
You think he'll get playing time next year?
Rodney
Most
Hill?
definitely.
Yeah.
You think so?
No, I think I'm talking about Desmond James.
Oh, Dasman.
Both
Hill,
of them.
yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah, but Rodney Hill, if he stays and
He's
works,
going to be a good second back to Braylon.
We got
Russell.
what's his name coming back though? Braylon
Well,
Russell.
Well,
I-
let me tell
I
you,
don't
this is
know.
going to piggyback.
I
on
thought
that.
Braylon wasn't going to play. I thought Sam Pittman came out and said that Braylon Russell was not playing. I swear I read that.
He may have, but
He sure as hell put him
changed
in.
his mind.
He's got to
changed
change his
his
mind. I mean,
mind.
every
Well,
player's doing it now. They're
this-
going into the portal and
Yeah,
coming back.
This
or going
Mike
to Orlando.
Washington Jr. we
I
picked
guess
up.
so.
This Mike Washington Jr. that we picked up. Look out for him.
The
Let me just put it on the
is that the
billboard right
running back
now.
we picked up
It's a
from New
running back we
Mexico?
picked up from New Mexico State.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
He's-
where we need a tech
he's
guy.
good.
Put him
He's
on the
good. So
billboard.
it's going to be him,
Braylon
Hill,
Russell and Hill.
and Hill. I mean, but who knows? Reed or not Reed. Rodney Hill might not stay. Terrell Reed Junior might not stay. You know, are you really going to want to be that third or fourth string?
Who was the little cat back that caught the little middle pass and ran it all the way? He was a little short guy.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Kind of,
Well, we got Cross. You got CJ Brown that had a catch.
no, he's a running back.
He's a running back. Well, that had to be Reed. Yeah, Tyrell Reed Jr. Because he
Okay.
had one catch for 30,
Number 20 or something like that. Right?
And a touchdown. Did
he
have a
had one.
touchdown?
Yeah, he had one touchdown.
That's the guy I'm thinking
it,
of.
it was
He
47 yards.
He's a nice third string guy.
Yeah.
Little cat back out of the backfield.
Yeah.
He looked pretty good. But Desmond James looked really, really good. And I would say probably defensively was it Robinson, number 18, that got the 2 picks? He looked pretty good
Yeah, I think so.
in the secondary.
So it's a good overall bowl win, I think.
Yeah.
You can't be too impressed with it and too optimistic about it.
Yeah, Miguel Mitchell.
What have you thought about the bowl season so far? What game stands out to you that was the best bowl you've
I
seen
haven't,
so
I
far?
haven't watched any of the bowls really. I mean,
Really?
Today was a pretty good one. Missouri just ended. Missouri and Iowa.
who won
Georgia-
that one?
Missouri ended up winning. They were down by a couple touchdowns, and I watched it. They
The
came
best
back.
game that I seen was Miami Iowa State. It was a
That
top
was a
25.
good game.
It was a top 25
did watch that
matchup,
one.
and it was a 2-point game.
There
Miami
hasn't been a
ended
good
up
playoff game yet.
No, not really.
I mean, and that proves that the playoff system's broke. They need to fix it.
Yeah, well, I
That-
think they picked off wins and not experience.
Well, they
And
also
not
number
strength-
they
not strength
given
of schedule who they lost
conference
to. Yeah.
conference champions they're given buys, and that's it. Different conferences are different.
Yeah.
You know.
If you have a 9-3 SEC team, which I got to say something about the 3-loss team because I told both of y'all there's going to be a 3-loss team get into the playoff. And
Yep.
you're like, no way, no way. And here's why. We're now come full circle to why I said there'll be a 3-loss team. Conferences, as far as the Big Ten, SEC, mainly those two, they're so deep and so stout, so strong with talent. A 3-loss team in that conference is better than a 2 or 1-loss team in some of these smaller conferences like Boise State or
100%.
SMU or some of these others. And they have to get that right moving forward.
Yeah.
They're going to have to figure that out and acknowledge that and say, listen, we can't just because you won more games than the other team, you
Yep.
don't get the nod. It's about who you
Strength
play,
of schedule
when
needs to
you
be more
played 'em,
important.
how many ranked teams you beat, who you
Strength of
beat,
schedule.
all of that.
Yeah.
It needs to be, factored in.
A lot. It is factored in, but it needs to be factored in.
Yeah.
more.
And for me, it's
Emphasized.
not
Yeah.
it's not because like Oklahoma. I would or Alabama losing to Oklahoma in the fashion that they did.
lost in the wrong time because
They
people
lost in the
remember
wrong
what you did in
time. They
November.
lost in the wrong way. But it would have been hard to see them Alabama in there.
Yeah.
You could have put South Carolina in there, but then they had a pretty bad loss.
Well, I think the team that needed to get in was South Carolina. They were playing hot because, like I said, people remember what you do in November. They don't so much remember your September losses or maybe an early October loss, but they sure remember those last 4 games of the season. And South Carolina had done really, really well moving into the end of the season. They had 3 losses. They needed to get the nod over, let's say, an Indiana or an SMU.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah, I mean, Steve's back on here saying, the best 12 teams aren't in there just because you win a Power 5 conference such as ACC doesn't mean you're one of the best 12. I
Steve,
agree. I
he's
mean,
a smart.
there's no
I
argument
agree. Yeah,
there
you can't argue that.
whatsoever. I mean, I agree. And then West, Ducks, and Ohio going to be a good one. That's
I
tomorrow.
honestly say,
Wednesday.
Wes,
I'm coming over, by the way.
Wes was saying we need to get
have some screwball when we get there. No,
Sanders.
and not talking about yourself,
Oh,
you
dude.
screwball.
Y'all watch that
Coach
game?
Prom got his ass.
Yeah, yeah, by a lot.
The winner of this game right here, I think, wins it all.
Ducks and State.
Ducks and
I
Ohio.
think
I don't-
you're close. I think you're close.
Georgia's gonna be
At
tough to
least
beat.
gets
Y'all,
there.
y'all aren't giving Georgia enough credit.
I think
I'd
if
like to see Georgia.
so I think
Carson
Texas.
Beck's not playing.
I think Texas is going to beat Arizona State. I think that's not a gimme game, but I think it's not going to be
Texas
very
just
close.
has more
I think
horses.
Texas is just
They
going
got
to
more horses.
have their way, but
I'm
I
gonna
think they're
disagree
going
on that.
to
They'll handle
I think they're
business
gonna
in the
take
second
care of
half for sure.
And then I think if
I disagree.
if Ohio State beats Oregon, and then it's Texas Ohio State cannot beat Texas. They can't.
Ohio State can't beat
With that
Texas.
defense,
Ohio State cannot.
Ohio
beat
State's
Texas.
defense looks
Wait,
like a pro
this is when it
defense.
turns the neutral
But
ground, right?
Oregon can.
This
beat
is the round that
Texas.
turns the neutral ground.
Yeah.
So I disagree.
Yeah. So Texas.
Ohio State can beat
Texas-
Texas. They have the talent.
Texas, Arizona State is at the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Oregon, Ohio State is at the
Rose Bowl.
Get off here. Penn State, Boise,
What's that line
VR
on
the-
Oregon?
the Fiesta Bowl,
Ohio
and then
State. You were just
Notre
probably
right.
Dame,
like 1.5.
Notre Dame, Georgia, All-State Sugar Bowl. I think Georgia. I think that game's a blowout.
Who's favored though? Who's favored in that?
In what game?
That one.
Oh.
Ohio State, Oregon.
So right now you've got
Ohio State favored.
Ohio State plus or
That's what I
minus
thought.
2.5.
So,
So
I said
I'm
1.5.
telling you.
It's field
I'm
goal
telling you,
game.
Ohio State is talented.
that's crazy. A
They really
two-loss
are.
team.
I easily see them
Has
winning
to-
it all, but I also see a couple other teams winning it all. Y'all keep saying Oregon.
Wes said Tyler and Josh can roll over. And the mayor of Indian Springs, Steve, will be there. I'm going to Wes's to watch this game. It's not tomorrow. It's Wednesday. I thought it was tomorrow, but it's Wednesday. So yeah, well, I'll be over there for shows. Steve said he's going to. But no, I think Georgia Notre Dame. I think that's a blowout in my opinion. Georgia's only a 1-point favorite. I think I would take Georgia. I take Georgia
Without Carson Beck playing,
and take the over.
I think that's going to be a really, really
That's
good
the.
game.
I think that's the only reason why it's not.
That's going to be
Even
a
though
close
I've kind of dogged Carson Beck on this podcast before in the past.
A lot. Both of y'all have.
I don't think he's a good quarterback.
Well, he's
I think
one-
the 2 people we've talked the worst about was
I think
Carson
you
Beck
put
and
Hudson Clark.
Hudson Clark.
Hey, like I said in text, Hudson,
Yo, he just
I
played
did-
his last game.
I took-
17-year
I
season.
did. I talked shit
Kudos
about
to
him,
Hudson Clark.
but kudos for being loyal.
Yeah.
I'll give him that.
And
I
he
give him
always wanted
that.
to be a hog. He was a walk-on. He may have not
Congrats.
been the best cornerback
He
we've
tried
ever
hard.
had at
Hey.
Razorback, but you got to tip your cap to him.
Tip your cap. Now here's the door.
Here's your flowers.
Have a good
Now get out.
Good job. Get out of here, buddy. You know.
Y'all are pitiful.
Good Lord. I mean,
Y'all talk about loyalty all this time, but
outside of the
now
three,
you're talking crap about
outside of the
guys.
COVID year, the 3 pick against Matt Corral and Ole Miss in 2020. What else has he done?
Yeah,
Name
I mean,
one thing.
I'm not
Other
saying
than
he's
being-
great. I'm just saying y'all are
other
all
than
about
just be there.
loyalty.
Yeah, I mean,
Y'all are about
that's-
loyalty. He's never been in the transfer portal. He's never even
I agree.
asked to leave, and he's wanted to be Razorback.
That's why
I
you give
agree.
respect to him.
I give it
Don't
to him.
talk
But if
crap
we're
about him.
basing our, our opinion off just sheer productivity,
I shouldn't have messed with this.
Then
Mike.
we all understand he's not the best, but y'all
Yeah.
are talking about loyalty
just
all
sheer-
the time.
You pull that down
Every
much.
week, y'all.
That's
y'all
why it falls and ours never
No,
falls.
it falls because
you're
this is a
always
plastic
messing with-
table.
No, ours ain't falling.
Well, no, mine's because it broke. That little
Yeah. well,
disc broke. Like I said in the text, I give him kudos for
But every week y'all preach loyalty.
Whatever.
Now y'all talking
Whatever.
crap about the most loyal guy we've ever had, I think.
Dustin
What do you
Evans.
think through some tough times?
Years?
Tough times.
Yeah.
He's been through some rough times with Arkansas.
He's an
He's a
8-year
Chad
senior.
He's a Chad Morris recruit, or not
Yeah.
recruit, but anyway. Dustin's saying what's going on with Landon Jackson. Landon Jackson is entered his name in for the draft.
Yeah,
so-
we got Tesla enter his name in the draft.
Yep.
We've got Landon Jackson, Jaquindon Jackson, Andrew Armstrong, and Gregory. We got 5 guys in the draft.
And Luke Haas has transferred. Where is he going?
Old piss.
Ole Miss, along with the
Ole
other
Miss.
offensive,
Tesla is declared for the draft
Along with
after
our-
the bowl game.
our
No,
offensive
I
lineman
haven't
that
seen
we
that.
really
Yeah,
liked.
it says, look it up. Tesla, Arkansas Razorback wide receiver, preparing for NFL
Oh,
draft.
I-
And the
seen that.
offensive lineman that we really liked went there too. What's his name?
Braun?
like a guard.
Josh Braun.
Maybe.
I mean,
He
No,
played for
you're
us.
talking about a guy that was hurt the whole damn time.
Kudus.
Kudus.
Patrick
Kudus, yeah.
Patrick Kudus.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
one of our best.
He didn't play.
Well, he was one of our best.
Well, you got to be on the field to be the best.
Yeah.
Well, you might be right.
I need to figure out a way to get the Facebook comments on this page where I can
See
just
them all.
see it instead of having to flip back and forth because I control everything from this screen, but the comments, most of our watchers
we
are
covered
on
the
Facebook.
bowl. We covered the bowl. We covered the Liberty Stomp.
The Liberty Stomp.
So
The
what do we
Liberty
think
Stomp.
about tonight with the Hogs in Oakland? Obviously,
Y'all know this is the
It's a
team
win.
that put Kentucky out last year, right?
in
Of the
in
tournament. Yep.
Oakland?
That was the team that put
Did
them out.
not know that.
Well, they're
Yes,
they're
sir.
4-9 and 1-5 at
yeah,
at
let's say we win by
opponent.
15 or more.
yeah,
I think the line was 17 and a half.
16 and a half
Is
right
it
now.
16 and a half now? It was
Yeah.
17 and a half.
Yeah, so I'd go.
I'm going to say we cover.
I'm going to say Hogs cover.
It'd be close.
The over under is 139 and a half. I'd bet the over.
Yeah, I'd like a 81-62.
I see an easy 85, 90
Yeah.
plus points here. I mean, we scored
Mhm.
95 against NCA and T, 82 against UCA, 89 versus Michigan. That, that game, did it go in overtime?
Arkansas.
Arkansas, Michigan?
It
Up there
no.
it didn't go.
It
finished at
was a
Yeah.
great game. They were up by like 15.
felt
We
like
came
an
back. We
overtime.
were up by
Yeah, that's-
18, and then we messed that up.
If this was a high pressure game like that one was, I don't know if
That's what I
I don't know if
said.
she can handle it.
Well, that's how I told her before she came over.
Buck's gonna get a cookie. Buck's going to get a cookie next episode because he's going to get his non-conference schedule.
He was right. He went. I
Pick
think
right.
you said 11 and
11
2.
and 2, and that's
Yeah.
what we'll probably finish.
Yeah.
11 and 2. So
Yep.
Buck was actually more optimistic than
Well,
we
you
were on
said,
the
and if
basketball.
we lose, you'll be right because you said 10 and 3,
3.
and I said 9 and 4.
There you go.
So
Hey, I just
I
like to
hope-
say,
and I know why you said
I
gets
just
it.
like to say,
I hope
I
he
was
gets it.
I was
He-
also perfect on not the exact games, but the
Me too.
6-6 football, and I said we would win our bowl game because bowl games don't
I
mean
did too.
anything.
I said the
See,
exact same
yours
thing.
is on the ground too because it's about to come off.
No, it's not. It just was touching.
We need a new damn table.
Oh my gosh!
Anybody
Who wants
got
to
a
supply
wooden
some wood
table?
tables?
Anybody got a wooden or steel table out there instead
Yeah,
of this plastic?
yeah.
piece of
Steve
junk?
Braun went to Kentucky. Josh Braun went to Kentucky.
There you go. Well,
But yeah,
Steve and Wes, y'all come over here to Buck's house. It's like less than a
5
mile.
minutes. Yeah, less than.
Y'all
Yeah,
come
y'all be
watch the
getting like
Razorback
2
game
minutes.
over here. Come on.
Bring the whiskey. Bring the peanut butter.
Bring it on.
bring
Let's
the
go.
high quality H2O.
Bring it
Yeah.
on. We got potato soup over here that was prepared.
There's a lot of
for
it
us
too.
by Tyler's
For
friend,
girlfriend.
girlfriend. I don't know. But,
All right.
You know.
Significant other.
Love you, buddy. I love putting people in
Buck's
awkward.
red.
I love
Yeah,
putting
I mean,
people in awkward
you
situations.
just
Buck's
like-
red. It's red.
It's my specialty. I love it.
Let's not. Never.
All right, so
Never
you're-
mind. I
you're
could bring
saying-
up something that happened before this podcast happened, but
What?
Never
That's fine. What? So, what are you saying the score tonight?
I'm going to stick with 81-62. I'll say the 81-62.
I'm going to go a little bit more high scoring than that for us anyway. 87-60 even. 87-60.
87-60.
27-point win.
Yeah,
I'm going 91. 91 sticking.
we
out
should
to
handle
me.
our business right before Tennessee.
Yeah.
I think
I'm going to say I'll say
We've had a lot
91.
of rest.
I'll say 91-68.
it's about to start.
Dang.
I think it's going to be
Gosh,
a
dang.
good one. I think it'll be. It is.
You'll
best.
see some backups in there
Yeah.
in the second half. I think.
These non-conference games are so hard though, because you don't get up for your opponent because it's not a high-profile game, and sometimes you can be a little lackluster getting started. And I don't feel like they score. I mean, it's obviously sometimes they do, but then sometimes the game gets weird. And
Yeah.
I think it's going to be one of those weird games where we maybe start slow and then we'll finish strong and kind of pull away at the end and end up covering the point spread, but barely. That's
Yeah.
my opinion.
Well, I want to.
So, hey, since
get
we're
up
not
and
gonna,
say
what do y'all? So we're not gonna do a cast before the Tennessee game. Y'all want to do any predictions for that?
And that's at Tennessee.
That's at
It's
I
Tennessee.
might say
Tennessee.
we lose by 4.
I think it's gonna be. I think we're gonna lose. I think we're gonna get our butts handed to
I
us this
think
game.
I'm-
I think we're gonna
yeah.
lose by about 15. I'm gonna say 75, 60, 61, 75, 61.
We're
Yeah.
kind of due.
Yeah.
We need another kick in the pants, humble us
Yeah.
a little bit, but then motivate us to go.
It's on
"Hey,
the
we're not as
road."
good as we think we are. Let's let that, because if you think about when Michael Qualls finished that dunk against Kentucky when Cal was coaching Kentucky.
Yeah.
Mhm.
After that game, Kentucky kind of righted the ship after that. They were like, listen, we're not as good as we thought we are. Arkansas just beat our butt, which we beat them twice that year. We beat them up.
Yeah, we were the only
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
Yeah.
only team to beat them twice. But then they kind of righted the ship and they ended up making the Final Four that year.
Mhm.
So I think we can have some lessons learned throughout this process of some.
It's a young
losses
team. Yeah.
with a young team. But then again, like I said, regroup, get better, learn from our mistakes, and head into postseason.
Yeah. What year was that? Was that 15?
Something like
Mom,
that.
you know, Mom and
Mom
Dad
and
were
Dad
at
were
that
there,
game.
yeah.
What's his name? Anderson was the coach, wasn't he?
Yeah. Mike Anderson,
Anderson,
was the.
yeah.
Wow, that is women's basketball.
That was Bobby
Anyway,
Portis year.
yeah, I was trying to.
Hey,
find
don't talk
exactly-
crap about women's
that
basketball.
here.
We got someone here that's a fan.
Yeah, of not the Razorbacks.
I know, right?
Our Razorback girl team is awful.
Terrible. Terrible. Yeah, I was about to
They're
say,
awful.
they're
she's a
pretty bad.
UConn fan, so let's just say that.
Hey, that's a good team to cheer for.
That's what I said.
Girls basketball, anyway.
Yeah. Well, men's basketball
And
too.
men's
I was
basketball.
about to say
Yeah.
they won the championship 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, Happy New Year. Hope everyone had a good Christmas. What you got in that glass over there?
Water.
Wes and Steve, come on. We're just right down the road. Come on. Let's watch this Hall game together. Come on.
Blue Pig,
I'm inviting you over to Tyler's house.
come on. There
Yeah.
probably won't be a whole lot of cheering since it's going to be a
No,
blowout.
I didn't get
but
to say about the Tennessee game. I think you're right. I'm leaning more toward that. We'll go first real
we'll probably
big
lose.
SEC road test.
Young team.
My young team.
It's
But
starting right now.
Even if we do, we'll learn how to gel from it.
Here we
We'll
are.
be all
Yep.
right.
Next
All right.
on
I've got
ESPN too.
I've
Go,
got it.
Woo Pig, go Hogs. We'll see you
Blue Pig.
next
Bud
week.
Walton.
Go Hogs.
Go
guys.
crazy.
Go Hogs.